Alright, we are back. We're into game 2. French Toast Mafia in the blue versus I'm a Hero in the purple. I'm a Hero with a very convincing game 1. Took it pretty handily, which ended in the surrender of French Toast Mafia. We'll see if they can bounce back, bring this set to 1 apiece, and force a decisive third game. This is the LoL Winter League 2013, and we are into the second round of Swiss. Both teams won their first rounds and are in a very good position if they can get a win here to move on to the top 3, to the finals, where there'll be a lot of cash and prizes up for grabs.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Okay, so blue team spreading out, covering all the major entrances and exits to the jungle. And it doesn't look like I'm a Hero's in any mood to invade at the moment. Warwick looks like he'll just be heading up top like normal. The zap comes out from across the dragon pit, finds Lindsay Jun. And so they know now. They have a pretty good idea where everyone is. Warwick spawning out Shyvana as well. And the trinket will come down from Robalaba. Yeah, it looks like he will pull back into his own jungle, get a nice leash on his blue, and once again the blue team having the advantage, getting to lane early. But the last time that happened, French Toast Mafia, despite being purple and late to lane, did manage to get the upper hand in that lane. Okay, so level 5 Vulpix has disconnected. Okay, play has been resumed. Level 5 Vulpix has reconnected, and we are underway once again. This is the start of game 2 between I'm a Hero and French Toast Mafia. I'm a Hero up 1 game and is 1 win away from closing out this set and moving on to the third round of Swiss, undefeated in terms of overall sets. And this time McDougal's going back to his preferred mid role to match Aranos. Aranos did give French Toast Mafia all kinds of problems in the first game. And we see Kage no Jigoku did get to lane first, since he did not have to leash. So he already has a nice wave built up. And we see Robalaba finishing up his red. We'll see where he decides to go. And it looks like he's just going to take his rates and then make his choice from there. But once again, French Toast Mafia doing a good job of exerting their presence in bot. Keeping the duo of Super Awesome and Silverbleed pushed up very close to their tower. See Robalaba paying a visit to mid, but he will eat more than his trouble's worth of damage, taking good half his life right there. So that was a good response from McDougal's, keeping his composure and tacking on a lot of damage for free. As we already see, Anime Samurai building up a very healthy lead against Super Awesome. Already up by about 3 to 4 CS, give or take. And Aranos still doing his thing, keeping the last hitting in his favor. Once Lux is able to get her Chalice, she will most likely be able to clear pretty easily. We'll see which lane receives a lot of attention right now. I'd have to imagine that mid would be a priority for Wukong, because he wants to get Aranos snowballed. Kage no Jigoku has proven in the past that he can take care of himself for the most part, so I'm pretty sure we won't be seeing too much action top as far as ganks are concerned. Yeah, and it looks like a little bit of poking around by Robalaba, doing a little bit of exploring. The ward will spot out the Monkey King, so Mundo will back up. and that's going to give Tonberry some free reign to move bottom. But a nice set of chompers stops both Lucian and Shyvana in their tracks, so they will be able to walk away no problem. Okay, so both junglers retreating to their respective parts of the map, trying to do some more clearing. Wukong definitely wants to hit level 6 as soon as possible. Shyvana's level 6, also never a bad thing. Definitely helps. Aranos continuing to keep the lane pushed up. Has not placed his ward yet. Shyvana coming for a little look around, but nothing will really come of that. He wasn't nearly overextended enough, and the CC will most definitely have to land from Lux to get anything out of that. As we see Kage no Jigoku really starting to pull ahead of Mundo, up 45 to 21. Mundo going back for an early Negatron cloak, which is good because Warwick does do a lot of magic damage. However, Warwick will most likely get his Blade of the Ruin King first, so he will be doing some AD damage as well. So that Negatron cloak won't be negating all of Kage no Jigoku's damage. We'll see how he adjusts his item build accordingly. Robalaba possibly expecting Shyvana waiting in mid for a counter gank, but does not come. Lux chooses to recall. We'll see what she picks up first. Kage no Jigoku eating a tower shot right there. Mundo pops ulti. Ignite goes down. Infinite Duress. He is not in turret range, but the super health regen of Mundo plus the flash away will guarantee that he survives. But that will still put him in a pretty bad spot as he is down a flash. But without the ignite from Kage no Jigoku, he won't really have any all-in potential by himself at the moment, so he might want to just back it up. And yeah, it looks like he will be recalling. Okay, so coming on the 7 minute 45 second mark. Not a whole lot of action from the junglers. Both junglers having a much more difficult time finding openings for ganks. Both teams playing very, very safe and just choosing to take as much free CS as they can. The missing ping comes down from top lane as Mundo has recalled. We'll see if he chooses to TP back. Most likely won't need to as the lane is shoved up pretty far. But still with about a 20 or so CS lead for Warwick. And yeah, there is the Cutlass, so Blade of the Ruin King will be picked up once again. But that will be a Rush Spirit Visage, most likely on Mundo, and that is definitely never a bad item for Mundo because of the way he works. Loves that cooldown reduction and the bonus healing. And taking a look at the bot lane CS, much more even this time. Anime Samurai and Super Awesome staying very even, excuse me, as we see Aranos just spanking onto McDoubles with those ranged E's. Definitely not afraid to eat a full range spell rotation from Lux, as doesn't do nearly as much damage back. And Lux will be forced out of lane once again, forcing Shyvana to cover. And that's just going to allow the rest of the lanes to play aggressive, as the W does land onto Anime Samurai. Super Awesome tries to back out of the tornado, but it still does clip him just barely. And ooh, very nice Q onto Tonberry, staying just out of range of the turret so he doesn't get shot back. And Tonberry will probably have to retreat to his jungle and base very soon. Complete that Spirit of the Ancient Golem most likely. And we see across the board, the solo lane's putting in a lot of work for I'm a Hero. In the mid lane, it is 81 to 55 and 79 to 58 in the top lane. But yeah, once again, the French Toast Mafia bot lane proving to have superior mechanics. They are constantly up by about 10 or so CS. Getting really timely pushes onto the turret. And Jinx not choosing to go directly back to bottom. Looks like she might be taking the long way for whatever reason. Ah, I see. The call for Dragon has been made. That explains the route that she took. Rabalaba and Kale already on it. And blue team has no idea what's going on. Well, actually, Lux might have an idea, but far too late for Final Spark to come across and try for a steal. So yeah, no kills yet to be had by either team, but slowly, I'm a Hero is pulling ahead in gold because of the CS lead and the Dragon. It is very likely that the towers will be going down soon once the first blood occurs. It's most likely going to be a big opportunity to push. The one thing that the purple team can't forget about though is that Mundo does still have his teleport, and that could easily turn a 2v2 or a 1v1 if they're not careful. So they cannot forget about that. Purple team, they do catch a bunch of damage onto Anime Samurai, but King Tonberry with a very nice Dragon's Descent in tries to flash out, but the first blood will go to Silverbleed. Oh, the zap barely missing right there, and that definitely made a big difference as Anime Samurai very nice in picking up the kill right there. Also a very good ultimate by Lindsay Jun to split up the bot lane of I'm a Hero, so there was really no chance to save Tarek. So Shyvana going pretty hard right there for the first blood, ends up getting turned around, but they are able to at least trade back. And while the first blood went to Tarek, Lucian did pick up the kill on his own, Zero Balaba trying to pick up a bunch of kills now. Tanking the turret for a very long time, barely escapes. Still not quite the tank that he needs to be. So that was a pretty close call, but a good rotation nonetheless. Choosing to force the gank with the flash just to make sure. Okay, so action kind of settling down now. Kage no Jigoku continuing to pull away in CS, now up 112 to 85. That is a very big difference right there. It's a lot of gold in the pocket of Kage no Jigoku for sure. We'll see how long he sticks around. He'll probably stick around as long as he can until he either gets two-manned or if Mundo just decides to give up the turret, which probably won't be the case. And looks like blue team handing off the blue buff to Lux, and she'll very much appreciate that. Gonna give her some good wave clear. Kale also picking up her blue buff. And there's the two-man I was talking about. Dragon's Descent is available. And it looks like, oh yeah, she wanted to run in front and knock it backwards. Kage no Jigoku saw it coming, was able to flash away. But still a force of a flash nonetheless. Purple team getting kind of caught out right there. Robalaba dropping kind of low. He should still be able to pick up this pink ward though. But he definitely cannot stick around much longer. But purple team seems to be in a fairly good spot right now. Bot lane, the lane is pushing in their favor. And Lucian is most likely going to ignore the harass and just try to CS. Pink ward going down, which is probably going to send a signal that the Monkey King will be coming back for a lane gank. So we'll see if they can try to get vision back into that bush. As the snare lands onto Aranos. Aranos not taking a whole lot of damage. But with no MR, Because Kale's not one of those champions that builds Grail, she won't have that early game extra MR that Lux will have. So that may make a difference. She does still have the intervention though. Could be the equalizer. And it looks like Mundo still hasn't opted to use teleport yet. We'll see if they decide to put it into effect soon. Shyvana coming around once again. Ooh, the Dazzle getting baited out right there, but the back pings coming out. That looked like a possible opportunity to go. But, yeah, the call was made to back it up and to play it safe. And Kage no Jigoku having no problems staying even with Mundo despite the ulti and the regen. Just continuing to auto the creeps and recover his health. Okay, so Rabalaba getting pinged out into the mid lane. Looks like he's making a rotation to bot to possibly force a dive. Okay, so he wards the Wraiths to see if anyone's coming from behind. And ooh, Lucian is in a very bad spot right now as Wukong is coming from around the side. He is at half health. This is all but a free kill right here. No amount of gap closers and escapes will save him from that, so very nice right there. And a well-timed intervention to survive the auto, but flashes into the laser instead of to the side. Kind of a panic flash right there. Probably should have thought that out a little bit better. But all the same, a good play, a good response from the blue team. Getting that kill, forcing the flash out. The gold lead is 24.4 to 22.2. And again, a big portion of that gold lead is because of the CS. So you can see there's about a 30 CS difference in mid still, and about a 25 or so difference in top. But for the time being, purple team thinking better about doing Dragon. They want to make sure that they know where everybody is. And more importantly, they did not have their mid with them, so they want to make sure that she is available, Kale rather, that she is available to fight. McNooble's close to getting pinched, so he will have to back that up. And that Q doing so much damage, coupled with the if he lands that Sheen auto attack, it's a lot of his damage right there. Yeah, and it does look like the purple team wants Dragon. Even if Mundo had tried to teleport down, he could have just infinite duressed him to cancel it. Aranos playing very aggressively, forcing them off. And blue team is forced to retreat and to kite back. And the wave is actually pushing very well for the purple team. There's a very timely wave onto the mid turret, and Aranos just zoning them off. Not much they can do about it. Cannot hope to clear that out in time. The good thing though for the blue team is that the top lane turret is still very much alive at near full health. So Mundo, despite falling behind in CS, doing a very good job of keeping his tower healthy. Not letting Kage no Jigoku getting any free damage. And you can see on the map there are wards all over the bot side. Blue side bot jungle. There's no way anybody will be able to travel through those areas without getting seen. And with two outer turrets down, things get a little tricky. It gets a little bit harder to escape all-in dives as there are no turrets to hide behind. And it also just allows I'm a Hero to slowly but surely push up their little ring of wards to get deeper and deeper vision. Nice job by level 5 Vulpix to keep the lane pushed up. Trying to get as much damage onto the turret as possible. He does have teleport, So in case Kage no Jigoku decides to shove up after he bases, he could still get back in time. But it looks like he's feeling pretty safe. He does have that Spirit Visage on deck. Again, a very good item for Mundo. And he is now also starting to build some armor. So this is pretty much turning into a very much stalemate lane. Again, both solo laners very sustain heavy. So if the junglers don't camp the lanes, it's a little bit tricky. And we see the flash out and the health regen. Kage no Jigoku diving, but he has no chance of catching Mundo at this point. He should just chalk up the force flash and back it up. Robalaba is waiting in the wings, but Lux is coming around. Lindsay Jun getting chunked down very, very low. And here comes Shyvana, but instead of... I thought she was going to go for the Dragon's Descent to knock Tarek backwards, but apparently that's not the target that they want. And Lux has abandoned going top, so with no flash, Mundo is most certainly going to die here. His ulti will be up in a little bit though, if he could stay alive, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. Yeah. Hungering Strike, able to clean that up. Lux using her shield right there to mitigate as much of the damage as possible. Robalaba is tanking the turret, but aggressively flashes forward. The barrier getting popped. Is Infinite Duress available? No, not quite, but it will be soon. He's chasing. He's watching that timer. Hungering Strike might come up first, though. Oh, no. Not quite in time. And that was a good kite back by McNoobles, but a very, very rash overchase by Kage no Jigoku. Should have played that a little more conservatively. Cannot afford to feed any free gold at this point. Despite the huge turret advantage, this game is still very much doable for the blue team. King Tonberry coming in, but the turret is already dead. So it's going to be really hard for them to do anything. The Chomper's coming down, and a bunch of kite coming back from the purple team. Luckily, level 5 Vulpix does body block the Mega Death Rocket, but here comes Robalaba. Tons of chunk as Mundo goes down again. Anime Samurai might come in for a culling, perhaps. Flash forward by Lindsay Jun, but the Howling Gale does not connect. Goes wide to the right. So that aggressive play will be in vain. Infinite Duress is available, but a good knock-up to cancel it and allows Anime Samurai to gain some distance. Robalaba popping his spell rotation. McDoubles is the target that they want. Good double snare by Lux. The culling coming across. Huge AoE damage onto the purple team as they scatter for their lives. But Dragon's Descent is not available. And the blue team should just give this up. Purple team should also call it quits. So that was a very long extended engage right there. Neither team losing anybody after Mundo went down. And looks like the builds are more or less the same as they were last game. Robalaba really favoring that Ravenous Hydra. And he'll be finishing that up. Kayle rushing the Lich Bane as she did the last time Aranos picked her up. So a lot of her damage will be based just on the Q plus the auto after. After that, her damage will kind of fall off until that comes back up again. At least until she gets her Nashor's Tooth. Once she gets her Nashor's Tooth, she will be very scary. Good job by Shyvana to shove that down. The wave doing a ton of damage to Warwick. So he's going to have to just cool it off and deal with the wave first. But that's still going to be a lot of free gold in his pocket. As the dragon is live right now. And Mundo's teleport is still available. So they could possibly contest for dragon and then have him teleport up if Warwick decides to keep shoving. But for now, it looks like they're just going to back off. Shyvana is nowhere in position to contest this. And this dragon will most likely be not in the advantage of blue team if they decide to fight here. Purple team definitely has the advantage at the moment. Even with Warwick not there, the gold lead is still going to be an issue. But it looks like Warwick is not going to continue to split push, and he is going to attempt to go down there and try to match the 5v5. Purple team doing their best to just try to poke and delay the dragon. Mundo's ulti getting popped, and the fight is on. Cyclone coming into the whole group. Dragon's Descent going into the back, but Tonberry not tanky at all. Gets instantly melted by the two carries. No real threat there. And the zap coming down, the slow, the Mega Death Rocket used at a very nice time where everyone's health is low. But a good snare will come out to possibly delay. Trying to kite back is McDoubles, but Mundo is going to have to sacrifice himself. We'll see if they can get more as Kage no Jigoku pops the Infinite Duress, and Anime Samurai sticking around way too long.
Shut down.
But unfortunately, Jinx will go down before the ace. But again, a nice pickup by the purple team.
Purple team has slain the dragon.
Blue team was a little bit split on what they wanted to do. Shyvana went ham all the way into the back line, but she was already pretty low, and she did not have the ability to tank any of the carry damage, so she died very, very fast. And once she went down, the fight kind of went downhill from there. And the chasing power of the purple team, very, very strong. The kiting power of the blue team, pretty decent as well, but it's kind of hard to outplay Infinite Duress once it's on top of you. Not to mention the long range of zap. And it's really hard to avoid the zap when you're running away in those narrow jungle corridors. So just like that, the gold lead has ballooned. It's now 43.3k to 36.2. I'm a Hero looking very, very strong. Potential 2-0 on the horizon for them. French Toast Mafia is really going to have to buckle down and think about their next move. Team fighting them doesn't look to be an option at this point. So they might just have to turtle up and play defensively and try not to get picked off. There's definitely a bunch of pick potential on the purple team. The Taric stun, the Warwick suppression, the Kayle slow. Even Cyclone, if chosen, can be used to pick off somebody really quick. And yeah, it looks like purple team has gone back to their split pushing ways. Everybody just taking a lane of their choice. Lindsay Jun going into the middle. Looked like she tried to force something by ulting people backwards, but it has seriously backfired as the knockup does not stop Aranos, not deterred. Taric's gonna pick up the stun and just let Jinx finish that off. So that's a good call by the purple team right there to split the gold around. And unfortunately for the blue team, a siege wave is coming. So that inhibitor turret is all but done. Kage no Jigoku rotating around, ignoring the inner top turret, and just coming to assist with the inhibitor. And I'm a Hero really starting to turn the screws now. That might have been the final nail in the coffin with that attempted engage by Janna. Yeah, it really looked like she had flashed in there and tried to push somebody back to make a play. And it just didn't work out. But yeah, that will be the mid inhibitor. Kage no Jigoku wants the inner top, and the wave is there. Jinx rotating around. The rest of the blue team not that close at the moment, but they should still be able to put some pressure on this. Blue team does have a little bit of time before the super creep waves get there, but pretty soon they're going to have to abandon all of these inner turrets and just try to protect their base. These inner turrets are also very tricky to defend because of the ability of the enemy team to just give you the reach around and just all in you. Which is definitely quite possible as you see wards coming around from the side. Taric trying to come around. Shyvana forced to base. Not sure if the purple team is aware of it or not, but might encourage them to try to make a play before she can get back, and they'll see that she's busy clearing the waves out. As soon as that wave moves up, could be seeing a big fight. Pretty much all the ultis are on deck for both teams. Mundo popping his ulti maybe a little too early. We shall see. Those cleavers are doing work though. And blue team is making a really good effort to make sure that they don't get flanked by Wukong. Okay, so we might see a fight right here. Lindsey Jun getting all in. But very nice AoE damage by the blue team. I think purple team may have forced a little too hard. And that is a pretty significant throw. Silverbleed gonna go down. Baron is right there if they want to try their hand at it. Definitely wouldn't be out of the question. But the whole team is saying that it's probably better to just go back and protect the base. But you can really see that purple team was getting a little antsy. They wanted to just try and end the game right there. And Janna just blew them all back into the culling, into the laser. As we see Kage no Jigoku not afraid of anything. Anime Samurai gonna drop the fadeaway ignite too strong. So they tried to pull off a bait, but the Warwick is just too strong right now. Kage no Jigoku knows that champion, knows what he's capable of. Knew that he was in a great position to just kill Lucian for free. Now if blue team can just turtle up for a little bit and not and just defend the sieges like that, force mistakes, they can still come back from this. Their inhibitor will be up in a few minutes. They can just hold out till then. It's very likely that in the process they'll lose a couple objectives like the dragon and maybe an inner turret, but so long as they can keep the rest of their base in decent shape, they'll have an opportunity to try and fight again later. The key though is to not get caught out. Nobody can afford to get caught out at this point. As the dragon does come up, and down it goes. Nice gold into the pockets of the purple team. Oh, and just as I say, don't get caught, Janna the Explorer finds death in the face. And without Janna Nana on the table, that is going to be a definite Baron 4v5. I'm pretty sure that the blue team is aware that they're on it by the way they were walking, but not much they can really do about it. Lux Laser could try to steal, but Rabalaba very wisely saving his smite for that to make sure that there was no steal. Oh, and level 5 Vulpix kind of caught out of position. Tries to juke one way, juke the other way. And the purple team sees this, and they want to try and pinch on him, but the blue team is shoving them back a little bit. But still, oh, the fail flash over the wall. Level 5 Vulpix will go down here. Good chompers to slow him down even more. But that was pretty much a done deal at that point. Lindsey Jun also getting caught out again. Not respecting the slows. The Janna ulti plus the flash will barely get him out. Super Mega Death Rocket goes wide to the left. But still, that's a lot of resources burned. And Warwick is not done. He can still see her with the blood scent. And will he pop the Infinite Duress? Yes, he will. Very much worth. Anime Samurai cannot hope to catch that. So yeah, this game very much in the favor of purple team now. Blue team starting to crumble. And the possibilities of a 2-0 looking very likely now for the purple team. As the chain CC comes down, burnout used to GTFO. So Warwick swinging around now. We'll see what the purple team decides to do. It might be best to just take the inner turrets. Not try to force the base down just yet. Just keep the inhibitors down to allow the super creeps to do their work. Yeah, things have just gone from bad to worse for the blue team. Not really much to say. People just getting caught and things just snowballing from there. It's kind of what happens. It's never over till it's over, but 58.5k to 47.5. Things are looking very bleak right now. Taking a look at the completed items across the board, Frozen Heart, Wits End, Blade of the Ruined King for the Warwick, the Hydra, parts of the Trinity Force already coming out, as well as a Chain Vest. Kayle has that Gnash's Tooth, Liandry's Void Staff, and Lichbane. He is very, very very much in a good place. Even has those home guard boots for the extra speed out of base, so you can spend more time out on the Rift doing things. And Jinx has finished 3 items so far. Bloodthirster, Last Whisper, Blade of the Ruined King. No Infinity Edge, surprisingly. Blade of the Ruined King and Infinity Edge do go very well together. And another attack speed item in the works. Most likely going to be a Phantom Dancer. And Taric, even with the change to buy a Sunfire Cape. So Taric definitely enjoying the extra gold this game. Trinity Force Bloodthirster is on deck though for Lucian, and he is almost close to his Last Whisper. So again, if they can just hold out and stall this Baron buff, keep their other 2 inhibitors alive, it's still not quite done yet. Lux also does have a death cap, working towards the Zhonya's. And Mundo does have the double defensive items in the Sunfire Spirit Visage and working on his Randuins, but it may be too little too late for the Lucian, for the Mundo, as level 5 Vulpix getting locked down, regenning a ton, but the DPS from Jinx is just too much. The culling coming out, but Kage no Jigoku says, screw your pew pew, I do not care. Just gonna keep walking forward. To see Jinx cleaning up these waves right here. Anime Samurai needs to be very careful. If he goes down, that will be the green light for Purple Team to make a final charge. Looks like they're gonna have Kayle clean up the bot lane and keep that pushed in as well. And nobody to defend the top inhibitor turret, so that will go down. As Robalba smacks his Q across it for the extra damage. Taric getting caught out, but that's not really the person that they want to catch. Don't want to all in the support, especially the tanky support. And blue team in a desperation trying to flash for the snare and the laser, but all of it hitting air. And there's that flank that I was talking about. Warwick gonna come over from the side, infinite duress on a very low cooldown. And a little winter breeze coming out from Janna. Does Nathan's hot dogs. And Arnold should have ulti. Oh no, he did not. He had burned it previously. So Tonberry getting a moral victory right there with the one-on-one. Does take down Aranos. So Aranos is going to have to hold that death. But Anime Samurai, King Tonberry just outmatched right now in golden stats. As long as the turret goes down, that's all they really need to worry about. Now they can re-engage. And Anime Samurai forced to flash, and that will be the game. It will be 2-0 to I'm a Hero, and that's a big win for them. So GG.